Hello everybody, today we are here at the Brompton factory in West London and Alex is joining us and he's going to give us a little tour of the factory and we're going to learn a little bit more about the G Line and what it has to do.
Yeah, welcome to Brompton. I've been here now 4 years as one of the manufacturing engineers and we're going to get a real deep dive into how we process the bike around our factory.
So we're going to learn a little bit about what the difference is between the G Line and the C Line. And the G Line is obviously their new e-bike, which has been purpose-built. These are the G Line
Correct.
frames?
So here we've got our G Line frame set. Here we can see our slight small changes that we've made to our main frame. So to accommodate for the slightly bigger wheel size, we've gone for a slightly bigger mainframe tube. We've got a slight different bend radii to keep that fold the same. And what we have made to change here at Brompton is we've got our new hinge design from our core to our G Line.
So it's just thicker, stronger.
Absolutely.
With an anti-rotor.
Yes, anti-rotation hinge clamp as well, which comes together in assembly as like an extra additional feature to the bike. We also have slots here for our bottom brackets, put our torque sensor in.
And you can see here, these are the guys that are brazing the frame, so they're using a brass.
Yes, so we use a brass alloy here at Brompton, and the simplest way to explain it is we're gluing our bike together and we're feeding that wire into the joint here to give us that nice bond. When we're bringing together our hinges to our bike, this is one of our most stressed bits of our bike, is we want to make sure we get the best bond on here. So what we have here is now our next gen auto braze machine. Effectively what we do is we preheat this big blob of metal and also our tube a little bit. And what we do is there's a sweet spot temperature where this braze ring sits inside. When the flames pulse, that with a sweet spot where that's just melted. It'll be just waiting for the preheating and cooling stages. So your hinge is red hot there. And then it comes around to being air cooled and then water cooled. Using the capillary action effect inside the hinge, basically the heat sucks and melts the braze ring and we get that nice uniform bond. We've got a lot of carbonisation on our hinge. So all parts will go into rumbling, and what will happen is it'll just polish up this surface around the hinge, clean it up, and it allows us then to get a nice paint finish on our tubes, and that's important as well for any further bits of brazing that we need to do. For our 20-inch wheel, we've introduced a brand new wheel building line for that. So we have a 4-stage assembly process here. Our first main stage here on site is we'll hub fill our hub with our spokes. And then this machine here will then help us lace our wheel together. The wheel will get built to about 70% of its trueness here.
Yeah. And
then what it'll do is it'll go into first stage here, rim taping. So this rim taping machine allows us to give wheel sets that are tubeless ready. And then it will then go into truing here, where we'll bring our wheel into pretty much 100% trueness. So it'll get rid of any hop or stroke that we have. So here our truing robot is a set of lasers which will read the wheel, and then there's an algorithm built within it that then knows which nipples it'll need to adjust.
So one of the big differences is the new hub that they're using on the G Line and being laced into a 20-inch wheel.
So what we went with in G Line is an electric rear wheel. So with that we have 4-speed on the rear, and the power, comes from our rear wheel. Big design change for us, and also a completely new electric system, which we've launched with G Line, which again gives an improved ride feel.
Yeah, so you've obviously got the weight distribution now much more balanced. With
Absolutely.
Battery in front,
Motor
motor in back.
Yes, we've brought in an automated tyre fitting machine for us to fit our tyres.
This is a G Line here.
Yes, this is G Line assembly line. All of our frame components will arrive here in paint. And then what we'll do is we send them around the paint plant. We've got a powder coat paint facility here on site. So we'll complete your order here on site to order. We don't hold any stock of bikes, just again, because of those configurations. Powder coating, so we negatively charge our parts, positively charge our powder. And you can see here, we've got an operative getting into the tight nooks and crannies of all of our parts. And then we have an automated arm here, which then does that final coat. And then it's important as well, once it's been painted, paint's just not set, so it goes into storage boxes. We've gone for a slightly thicker, matte, kind of textured shine to our paint. So we're going to head now into assembly, where we're going to start to see our G Line be made. So we have a little pre-assembly channel here, where once we come off paint, we'll get our decals put on. Everything will get reamed and tapped to give us that tight tolerance we want on our hinges. Line 1 currently is our just steel frame C line production line. Here we're producing 300 bikes a day off this line. So we run a takt of 1 minute 42 seconds. Station 15 is our king pusher. They'll push, everyone else will follow, and everything will move around together. Slightly different assembly process here for G Line. We've got 12 stations, and we're running about a 5-minute takt. So a little bit more work content on some stations here on the line, but those less stations mean we have a little bit more pre-assembly over here for our G Line.
So the biggest change between this and the C Line, obviously, is the fact that now this is a rear hub motor.
Correct.
And the battery's on the front.
Correct,
So,
yeah.
As before, it was all on the front, and you've got a better weight distribution.
Absolutely. So we now route our controller now sits in this patch here. Historically, it used to sit on the front here. That's now integrated closer to our motor. And we also have, from our battery, internal cable routing, which will come out and power our rear motor. So this then is also our torque sensors set here in our bottom bracket. Again, all interlinked with our controller. Kind of neatly brings all our systems together and gives you that real good ride feel. So to accommodate for your rotor, rear electric hub and your gearing, we have wider dropouts on our rear frame. Again, because our bike is specific to us, all of our tooling is custom made for us. So again, allows us to fully articulate our bike how we need it, damped as well for safety. And again, allows the operative to work in and around the bike, super easy in assembling and setting up everything. We break our bike down into this 20-digit code here, and each code represents a different breakdown of our bike. About 85% of our product now we export, 15% is in the UK, 35% of our bikes now go to APAC, and the rest is Europe and the Americas. 100 G lines a day. We want to ramp up to 150 G lines in the new year. Just over 2,000 bikes a week. Of that, 1,200 C line, about 400 G line, and the rest is P line, T line, and our C electric and P electric.
Did you say you can have 20 million
different types of Brompton? Yeah, exactly. So all our different models, different colours, different lighting configurations, different handlebar types. So one colour, one type becomes hundreds of different
Pretty
Bromptons.
sophisticated.
Yeah, absolutely.